Hey, everybody. Welcome to Kame House Party. I am Aaron.
And I am Vince.
And this is the universe's only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast. In the known universe, maybe in the unknown universe.
Ooh.
Bizarro universe, we calls it. Maybe, but we are here to watch every episode and iteration of Dragon Ball, to come together to discuss what we've watched, to do some improv based on what we watched. Look, we love Dragon Ball, and we love having a good time, and we love, hopefully, making you laugh. But before we get to that, we have to be very serious because we have to do some Kame housekeeping.
That's right.
We have to get ready for the journey ahead. And the first very serious part of Kame housekeeping is the world famous UN sanctioned Olympic Committee approved, because we passed the drug test, 1 minute roundup. Scratching sound.
Oh, yeah. The humans are away, and they left their little Zen garden unattended.
Oh, we're gonna... Mr. Whiskers, we're gonna ruin that Zen garden.
Mr. Kittles, we're going to make our own patterns in the sand, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know what you mean. We're gonna do a double poop.
That's right. That's right. It's a house cat's dream to poop side by side where we're not supposed to.
Mr. Whiskers, I know the humans, they've never seen us poop at the same time. Nor will they ever.
They never will. They're not ready. It'll break their brains. They're simple human brains.
They'll go insane. More so than with the viruses we leave for them
That's
to
right.
absorb.
It's the plasmosis. That's right. We know what it is.
Yeah, we don't. Well, that's not our word for it.
That's not our word for it.
We call it crazy germs.
We call it crazy germs.
And seed. We rarely go pee in a pod, and what a delight that was.
It really was. We almost went poo in a pod.
That, ladies and germs, was the
crazy germs
beginning. The new board game from Milton Bradley, Crazy Germs. Collect poop and try not to go crazy.
Ever wonder what's at the bottom of your trash can? Play Crazy Germs.
That was us riffing on the word Crazy Germs. But before that, it was the beginning of the 1 minute roundup, which is a little itty bitty improv scene that Vince and I do to loosen or tighten our improv muscles to get us ready for the comedy ahead. And it leads us into the 1 minute roundup proper, which gets you, the audience, ready for the episode ahead. Because, look, has this ever happened to you? Maybe you haven't listened to our podcast in a while, or you're a new listener. Maybe you haven't watched Dragon Ball in a while. You don't know what's going on. Well, you don't know what we're going to talk about. Well, the 1 minute roundup is really an opportunity for us to gift you with the knowledge of everything that has happened in Dragon Ball thus far that we've covered. All of original Dragon Ball Z, 100 and, looking at my notes, 72 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, non-regular, not original. It's a lot of Dragon Ball that maybe you missed out on, but don't fret, because this time Vince is going to explain it all as Clarissa did in the past. Vince will let you know everything that has happened in Dragon Ball. Also, I lied. It's not going to be Vince's time.
Oh, thank God. Because I was not prepared.
I know. You were texting me that whole time like, Aaron, please don't make me do this.
Please. The professor's going to be, if the professor shows up 25 minutes late, we can go home. We all get A's.
But we had a savior come in this week. Milo, who has written into us before, has given us some outstanding fan art. If you remember the multiverse Krillin with all the variants, or the Bulbasaur.
The Bulbasaur. Oh my goodness. Epic. That's some epic art.
Absolutely. But Milo has written in and said, just finishing my yearly binge, and instead of sending some artwork this time, I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring with a roundup. Keep fighting, Milo. Milo, thank you so much.
Thank you, Milo.
Thanks for binging.
Tip of the hat to you and your binging ways.
But before I hit play on this, I got to ask, and Vince can answer for you. Milo, are you ready to round up?
Yes.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1. A horrible teenager press gangs a bunch of supernatural children into getting her the magic MacGuffin. Soon the ensemble cast is whittled down to just the Karate Boys. They fight the Goblin King, they train with the Karate Pervert, they fight the Red Menace, they train with the Cast of Cats, they fight the Demon King, they train with God, they fight Demon King 2, Electric Boogaloo. They all age up, have some kids, the main Karate Boy declines an offer from Property Brothers Space Edition, then trains with God 2, God Harder. More Space Marines show up and everyone dies but the OP toddler. They need to go to the corner space store to get more Dragon Balls, and along the way, everyone dies, comes back, and the gang gets green cards for a whole planet. But surprise twist, Dr. Robotnik was there the whole time, and he's got some angry teens and a weird bug. It's up to everyone but Goku to stop them, because Goku's battling the true enemy, heart disease. Trunks creates 3 separate timelines to try and get Goku to eat like he actually has a fucking health problem. To defeat Cell, Vegeta, and Goku have to make this the one timeline they actually spend time with their kid, and as a reward, we'll all get another cable book.
Wow.
Milo. Holy moly.
Wowzers. Favorite bit? Space Property Brothers.
Space Property Brothers. It fits so well.
Is that something we've said before? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think we're that smart.
No. We respect the Property Brothers too much.
One of them's married. They have I think they still live in the same house, or they're right next to each other. I forget.
I think they have adjoining row homes.
They're weirdos, is what we're saying.
They're weirdos. And one of them is married to Zooey Deschanel.
Correct.
Who's also a weirdo.
Anyway, what we're saying is, Milo, thank you so much for that 1 minute roundup. You saved us from having to do it ourselves, which is the greatest thing anyone can do. We salute you.
Allowing me to be lazy is a great accomplishment.
And it allows us to move on to the next part of Kame housekeeping, which is where I let you know that Vince and I, we watch 2 different versions of the episode. I watch the original Japanese language, English subtitled version. Vince watches, there's only one. Vince watches the English dub, currently the Funimation dub, if you want to be specifical about it. And we do this because it is fun to compare and contrast the differences that may occur. Sometimes they're itty bitty and belong to a certain committee, and sometimes they're big natural differences. I'm sorry, it's Labor Day.
Hey, I wasn't gonna stop you.
I'm on one, as they say.
I love these big natural differences.
Never big fake ones.
No, manufactured differences.
But the first difference.
I hate when I see a huge pair of silicone differences walking down the street.
Look, these differences, their choice. First of all. But we all got preferences.
It's true.
But the first difference is usually the title. So Vince, will you please give us the title of your episode?
I just have to say that the initials of this episode are Double D. And Here comes the English episode of the Funimation dub of Dragon Ball Z, episode 173. Dende's Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Like that one movie? Replacing names?
Yeah, like that one movie.
Mm-hmm. Rain
Oh,
of
no.
Fire.
Sorry.
starring-
My cat is destroying my jumpsuit to get out of this room. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
God.
Florence! That was a gift! She started clawing at my jumpsuit to get out. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We're gonna leave that in.
Do you want to leave your bad cat who got mad that we did a scene about her?
Yeah.
We call them kooky germs, not crazy germs.
We call it a love potion, you fool.
Yeah, hold on. Do you want me to make the same joke about it being Rain of Fire instead of Pete's Dragon? We can move on. We can.
We're having a great. I'm having a great time.
This
So
might.
if,
You know what?
if this all stays in because of both the Pete's Dragon and the Rain of Fire references,
let's keep. You know what, Aaron, future Aaron, don't cut this out, but do continue to my title, which is there's a. Not all the letters correspond to bras.
okay.
But there are a lot of them. So my title for episode 173 of Dragon Ball Z. Sorry, I'm just thinking about how fucking funny the term big naturals is. It is a wild statement. Please do not say that to anyone to their face.
No, yeah. Disclaimer. Don't use this outside of a comedic format. Never utter those two words next to each other in polite, random, or strange company. Just don't do it.
I just think it's only in a comedic way that it
Yeah.
works. I don't think it's in a sensual situation. Get out of here.
Oh.
Done. You kicked
Oh,
out.
I'm shuddering.
But my episode title is Dende's First Task. The Dragon Balls restores. Restored? Probably restored.
Restored.
Mhm.
I mean, two good titles.
Mm-hmm. Love. It's like, all right, Dende's back, baby.
Yeah, the full confirmation. We can't get around it. Dende's back.
I mean, this is an episode chock full of returning guests, first time guests.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're chugging along, I think. So we begin at the Kame house. Gohan, Chi-Chi, and Krillin have made it there. They made it there just in time to hear an announcement / apology from Dog President.
That was deep.
Here-
Before we get to that, though,
Mhm.
did Chi-Chi have anything to... We talked last episode about how Goku learned how to drive, finally got his license, right?
Yes.
Chi-Chi, when she enters Kame House, is like, well, we're here. Sorry that Goku didn't show up. He had to, go off somewhere, and none of us know how to drive.
She does not mention, she gets mad about Goku leaving, but she does not
Yeah.
mention about anyone else driving. Like, Krillin has literally driven before.
In my notes, I said, Chi-Chi, you lie. Krillin had at least 2 cars. We watched him drive for 2 solid episodes.
Just because I ran that red light. Jeez, Chi-Chi.
Well, Krillin.
Ooh, you sound a little like Vegeta. I like it. Keep going with it.
Well, Krillin. If you hadn't had your license revoked.
Look, it was after me and Marin broke up. I had one too many drinks with Kame.
And now you're setting a bad example for my Gohan? Oh, Goku and his stupid fighting friends.
Look, I've done my public I did my public service. My I cleaned those roads.
Yeah, Krillin had to adopt a highway.
I still have the sign up there.
Well, at least that's a good example of Gohan, if you ever mess up, just adopt a highway.
Okay. Yeah, I put my
Is that
name on the sign.
Chi-Chi?
Yeah, who else is here that they want to make an announcement?
Hey, Yamcha here. I love TV.
And of course me, Poir. I voted for Dog President multiple times.
That's voter fraud.
Look, did I go as Poir and then my several other aliases? P-U-R, Entree Pure Newer, callback. Or I guess reference.
Don't forget Russ Poirot.
Well, I ran for Dog President that one time. It didn't work because I could only do debates for 5 minutes. Look,
See, this is why I don't want Gohan hanging around with you.
It's fine. Look, I haven't paid taxes in 10 years. What's the big deal? Gohan's got to learn about real life.
Real life. We're talking about some real life. I learned how to sing instead of train for Cell.
Yeah, you took... I mean, like... We were like, hey, can we get an episode about Yamcha taking singing lessons? And they shut it down real fast.
I spent my baseball money on it.
Man, you're trying to be a multi-hyphenate, Yamcha?
Just like Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Regular or B?
Huh?
So Michael B. Jordan, he's an actor. A hunk.
Check and check.
Jewelry aficionado. Loves anime. Michael B. Jordan loves the shit out of us.
And I love him because I love anybody that loves me.
Oh, Yamcha, you need to.
I'm not lonely.
You need. Maybe you should have spent that money on therapy. He does have a therapist.
Boom.
Therapure. Certainly not me.
Yeah, it doesn't. My therapist is nothing like Poir. Just furry blue.
All sessions are at home.
Shaped like a
house
lady. Always making house calls. Big natural ears.
No, Yamcha, we talked about this. I mean, your therapist talked about this with you.
I'm glad I'm covering Gohan's ears for all of this.
Hey, guys, look, it's Dog President. He's making an announcement.
Citizens of the nation, it is with a heavy heart.
He says Earth and Mind, but go on.
Citizens of this great nation, as I say in English, the common language. It is with a heavy heart that I find myself saying that our attempt to destroy Cell failed. But fear not, for we can do this. Hold on. Look,
Wow,
I don't know what else to do. The teleprompter's broken.
Oh, did he hear me?
The prompter's broken. What? The line is citizens of this great nation. Unfortunately, our military has failed to destroy Cell.
He should.
I ask that you prepare for what is to come. And know that all we can do is pray. And scene, because that's the last line the Dog President has before the TV cuts off. All we can do is pray.
Pretty much mine, and a few slight differences. One, he calls himself the monarch of the world.
Oh my goodness!
When did this happen?
When did this happen?
He was it was just president before.
Yeah. What? Did they do like some? What's the dog version of 23andMe?
I think it's 20
D's in me.
Yep.
I'm sorry, listener. That was crass of me. But yeah, they must have changed systems of government in the hundreds of episodes between the last time Dog President was really in this.
There was a coup at some point.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think in mine, he specifically references maybe all we can do is hope a savior comes, and just like that young boy who fought Piccolo Daimo.
Oh. Well, I wonder why it is that in the English version of this show, and like they don't make reference to King Piccolo at all.
I know. How dare they? Did I plan to wear my King Piccolo shirt for this?
Did I wear green for a reason?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is all planned.
But yeah, it feels like the English version just kind of retcons all of that and makes it as though the people of the world forgot all about the last time an evil green monster showed up.
Or two aliens. Saved them.
Or two aliens. Yeah. What? This has been happening like far too often for them not to be aware or speak to it in the global population. But look, I can't wait till we get to the savior that your dog president is referencing.
Yeah,
but we have to make a pit stop at King Kai's planet.
We do. It is info dump. Everyone's caught up now. So it's, hey, King Kai, can you find out where the Namekians are? King Kai is thinking and concentrating the entire time. Goku's like, yeah, it'd be really great if you could find the Namekians, because we need a new Kame. You know, Mr. Popo, he's been so lonely up there. He needs someone to keep him company. And then King Kai, at the end of all this, just screams and says, please shut up. I'm trying to... Goku, I'm trying to concentrate. Also, it's been a minute since I've done this voice.
There is... That's pretty much exactly... Like, at that point, that matches with mine. And I wrote in my notes, it's so nice that Goku thinks about Popo being lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Popo gets nobody talks about Popo. But there is a joke before that sequence starts that King Kai does.
Oh.
And it's even stronger than Frieza? It must be hard for you to get... how do I do this? It must be hard for you to get life insurance. Trouble follows you like a lost puppy. And that's the bit.
He does, no joke, but he does mention how just like often Goku gets in trouble. So Goku doesn't have life insurance.
No.
Well,
Chi-Chi probably has a policy.
Well, when he keeps coming back to life.
Oh yeah, does that voids the claim, I bet. When
he died that first time, she's like cashed that shit in. He came back. She's like, God damn it.
God damn it.
Can only do
Blue
it
Cross is going to be up my ass. Claim denied.
The Liberty Mutual, the Limu Emu is going to bust her ass up.
It was at Limu, Emu, and Bob, right? That's the guy. That's the guy's name.
I know there's Liberty Bibberty.
There's of course Liberty Bibberty.
And then Flo and her gang.
Yep. I'm trying to think of other insurance personnel. Oh, Mayhem. He shows up. Has this ever happened to you? Your husband dies and comes back to life? Yeah, it's a Mayhem like me.
The Geico Gecko. Just sneaking in at night. You'll give us the money.
I got sticky fingers.
You want your son to grow up, right? You wouldn't want an accident.
Be a real shame if something happened to your little boy.
Oi, 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 Chi-Chi. You done took out an insurance claim on your dead husband who came back to life.
Licks his eye.
That's intimidating.
It is intimidating. Did you ever have like a tank pet like that, like a gecko?
We had fishes.
Fishes.
Hamsters was a cage, not a tank. I think my dad had a skink for several years for his class as an educator.
That's a good pet for a class. A skink.
They were cool. He was cool.
They're pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
His name was Gator.
Oh, Gator the skink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be raising my hand every weekend to bring Gator the skink home from class.
And we, of course, because we were teenagers and young adults, it's like skank.
Like zero seconds after like the K after the K hits.
Well, I never knew I was like, what's a skink? You mean it was you know what? Maybe it was the progression was stink, then skank.
Okay, you passed over stank and stunk.
Stink, stank, stunk. Which it did sometimes.
Oh yeah, lizards can be very stinky. You got to make sure you clean out their cage, but you can like sift it like a litter box. Yeah. I had geckos. Nice. As an only child, my parents were like, "This child needs to care for something."
We gotta. How can we weird them up more?
Here's how, Aaron. By making their 7-year-old son make a presentation on why he should get said pet.
Fuck up.
Yep. So before I owned any of those pets, my parents would take me to the PetSmart. I would get like a book on the gecko, like it was the leopard gecko, and so I would read the little book, and then I'd sit my parents down and be like, "Okay, so I would like to have a pet gecko. It costs this much for the gecko, this much for the tank, and this and this. I make this much an allowance, and part of that will go to feeding him." And my mom was like, "I don't want crickets in my house." I said, "Well, you can buy them already, like in like, you know, like little tins, like freeze dried almost, so you never have to deal with live crickets." And after a successful presentation and some saving, your boy got a gecko.
That is helpful. That's nice. That's some confidence building.
Mm-hmm. And then I was so proud of myself getting all the stuff, going in there, getting everything in one fell swoop. And they're always like, "Oh, how exciting! You're getting a new little friend." I'm like, "He's actually a leopard gecko. I've already named him Scaly. It's gonna be great. I did all my research. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?"
It's adorable.
And then I grew. Started doing that for anime to no one.
Imagine if your parents said no.
After all that,
it's like, you know what? It's just not in the budget this year. We're cutting back.
You know, we're a quarter down. I don't see this moving the needle, Vince. I'm sorry. Sorry, little man.
Just the revenue. It's just not clear.
The ROI on this lizard. It's too low, son.
Yeah, this year we're focusing less on soft skills. And
scales out, furs in, kid.
Yeah. We there's one joke that's made in mine. This whole entire Kinkai episode, they forget the jokes, but they do one kind of. Right before Kinkai reveals that he has found Namek, there's like a lightning bolt graphic, and he screams, and he does like an "ay" sort of sound, but then goes on to say AEIOU. So he starts with a scream, then goes into the vowels of the
interesting.
alphabet.
Mine, he goes into the ABCs. Screams A, B, C, D, E. And then that's the end of the bit. But my favorite part is that Gregory flies by. Gregory, who we were missing in the last episode, flies by the top of the screen. And I had to turn on closed captioning so that I could read what the joke was. And then it's like, Gregory giggles. I'm like, of course, Gregory's going to co-sign this. Good one. Good one, kid guy. You got him.
I still don't pay rent, right? And then, King Kai, he knows where they are. And then the tables have turned because now it's Goku trying to hone in on the key for his instant transmission. And King Kai just yakking away. But Goku is polite and says, please be quiet.
Mm-hmm. Did you notice that when they have the front of Goku striking the instant transmission pose, that Bubbles is doing it in the bottom right?
Ooh.
It's very cute. I love Bubbles.
Yeah, he was just making faces in the background this whole thing.
I wish Bubbles was in every scene.
Just put him in there. That's an easy ad.
Easy ad.
Maybe in Daimo? I don't know.
Oh,
Baby
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Bubbles is back in Daimo. Oh, that'd be so good.
Babe, can you imagine? I hope there is a point where they just make everyone a baby. I need a baby King Kai.
I mean, baby Vegeta, that'd be fun. We haven't seen a baby Vegeta.
Mm-hmm. I think Bulma baby.
Bulma baby, that's a good baby. Baby Hercule. Think there's gonna be a baby Hercule?
He's lifting rattles.
Shake, 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 shake.
Smoking bubblegum cigars.
On piles of plastic money.
So, Goku is like, cool, found the key. See ya. Instant transmission. And he is right on Namek. He sees everyone working. And then in mine, he says, quote, there's a whole bunch of Piccolos here.
Yep. They kept it in.
Goku.
Come on, man. Come on, brother. We're not all Piccolo. It's not just Piccolos.
There's Nails. There's Elders. There's Dendes.
There's Dendes.
That's you get 4.
You get 4. I have to tell you this story, just because it lines up too well. That like one of those weekends where you're in high school and you're trying to get someone's older brother to buy you booze.
Okay.
And it's an adventure because you got a friend's older brother is at this rock gig somewhere in Jersey. And you roll up in your Honda, you and 2 of the whitest kids you've ever seen. You go into this house party that is a punk ass concert where they've moved all the furniture out of the living room area.
Okay.
And they are going hard, slamming each other into walls and shit. We're looking for this guy's brother. We finally step outside and around the back. There's a pickup truck hot tub happening.
Whoa.
Friend's brother walks out from the other side of the tub with like 2 friends, and one of the friends immediately goes, "What's Kobe's name?" And I was like, I'm gonna go sit in the car. I was like, you guys handle this. I'm not gonna talk to these people. I was like, yeah, that happened to me, and that was really shitty.
That's super shitty.
I would hate to show up somewhere and just say something like that.
I'm upset at the punk community.
Right?
They're far more accepting and liberal than that bullshit.
Not in whatever part of New Jersey that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's Kobe's name? Ugh. Made me say, as I'm going to segue this into the episode, because Goku explains to them the situation on Earth. They're like, yeah, we kind of felt something evil going on over there. And he's like, so I need someone to come back and be Earth's new guardian. And this is me implanting myself as this Namekian who says, Earth? No thanks.
I have something similar.
Okay, good.
There's one guy like in the back, you know, you hear mumble, but one of the subtitles was like, yeesh, Earth? Huh. I'm like, I can't argue.
Yeah.
Earth?
I don't know.
Ugh.
But the elder then is like, I know someone who would love the job of Earth's guardian. Dende, my boy.
Yeah, he really embarrasses Dende. It's, you know, when you're little and you just don't want a spotlight on you, but your parents are like, oh, my child knows all about this and they love this. It's that thing you like, right, honey? Because the elder's just like, Dende fucking loves Earth. He says he misses it so much. I think he said, quote, he's like, Dende keeps saying, like, I miss Earth and that he misses Gohan and Krillin and wants to go back. Dende's just an Earth weeb.
Yeah. He won't shut up about ice cream.
He keeps saying that Earth is just, they're just so much more advanced than we are. And their animation's better.
Go and stop talking about the strength of the Zenny.
He just, you know, he's like, oh, I was born on the wrong planet, I think.
I would have loved to be an Earthling. I would have fit in.
He wants an Earthling girlfriend.
But Dende, we haven't seen Dende in a while, and his design is so cute. Just like a little tiny Piccolo with a big old robe.
Hey.
I could say it. He's a little green cutie. And Goku's like, are you sure about this? And the elder's like, Dende's actually pretty skilled. He'd make a great guardian. That's enough for Goku. He's like, all right, let's go.
In mine, they specify that Dende is a dragon type.
Oh, cool.
Whatever. So I guess it just means can make Dragon Balls.
Yeah, can make Dragon Balls because that is
weak to ice.
Dende's weak to ice and dragon. Don't let Dende fight a Dragonite. Go back.
That's why he was no help against Frieza.
Of course.
They weren't playing against type. Look, Krillin, normal. Not even fighting.
Yeah, Krillin is normal ass. He's normal. Gohan is normal fighting. And Piccolo is dragon fighting. One of the best combos you can get.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, they dip out of there. Goku's like, it is weird that Goku's like, cool, we're leaving immediately.
Yeah, pack your bags. I hope you didn't have anything sentimental on this planet.
Like, you don't have friends or anything, right?
You don't want to say goodbye to all these people that love you, do you?
Nah. So Goku, he's, unlike in the past, are letting him be very liberal with this instant transmission. Because he goes back to King Kai just to say thanks, and this is going to be the new Kame. Anyway, no need for an approval. Bye. Then,
we did skip over something.
Okay.
King Kai, when he's bothering Goku about his instant transmission, he's saying like, "Oh, Goku, instant transmission. Oh, the Yard Rats teach you that? I know that technique. I could have showed you how to do that if you just asked." And he's like actually instant transmissioning everywhere without doing the hand sign and stuff. I just But moving on, because Goku instant transmissions them right to the lookout.
Yeah. And then the best thing in the world happens. We cut to, again, we're watching TV.
Yeah.
There's someone announcing that like a savior has indeed come, the champion of all combat sports in the world. It's Satan. Satan is here. And he's gonna enter the tournament, and like he comes out and everyone cheers, and everyone is in mind is cheering Satan, which is very funny.
Oh my God. The English cowards just can't hear Satan chanted over and over again.
Is it
because they're
Hercule?
just screaming?
Oh, okay. Are they saying Satan or are they saying Hercule?
They're not chanting. They're just going, yay! Yay!
But when they announce him, what do they call him?
They call him Mr. Satan.
Okay. they have a little more respect.
Yeah, they call him Mr. Satan, and then later they call, like, as the interview takes place, the news anchor is like, Mr. Hercule, Cell just defeated the military. How do you think you're going to beat him? And he says, this was all a cheap trick. Cell planted bombs before the military came. He might be an expert in explosives, but as you can see from martial arts standpoint, he's an amateur. And I, Hercule, the greatest fighter in the world, will crush that fake with my little finger. Now, yell if you love me.
Yes. Very, very similar to mine. Like, of course, from now on, we're going to be doing the Macho Man type voice.
Oh, yeah.
But I was a little surprised. He's a little smoother in mine.
Oh.
It's very much just like very deep and just like Cell planted bombs underneath them. Just I mean, obviously, I didn't hear, a southern accent in it.
But it gives
it's
that
more deep.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, are you narrating audiobooks? Satan? Krillin clocks him pretty quick. It's like, this guy's fucking dumb.
Yeah, Roshi calls him a goofball when he sees him on TV for the first time.
What? I don't get that. No one makes fun of him, really.
Yeah. Roshi's like, who's this goofball?
Who's this handsome jerk?
Who's this Jerry curled ass?
A cape. Oh, what does he think he is, Elvis? And
now those were some hips.
mm-hmm.
That Elvis, the greatest martial artist I've ever seen.
He knew. Look, what if I told you I trained Elvis? And not just the ways of martial arts.
I had him all shook up.
I used to say, baby pretty mama, and then he stole it.
Roshi's been around long enough, though, for sure, to have trained Elvis.
Mm-hmm. I'd love for a thing where Hercule's like tried to train with Roshi.
Oh, that'd be so good.
And he's like, all right, give me a girl. And Hercule's like, no, gross. Why would I do that?
You old perv.
I'm going to do, you know what? I'm just going to do YouTube. YouTube University.
I wrote in my notes, are we going to witness like the beginning? Like, is Hercule the prototype gaslighter? Is he like is he the first gaslighter that maybe in my watching of media that I saw where like he's just refuting every fact that you know and see over and over again? He's taking that and boosting his own ego and social platform. It's just something that came up in my mind because it's very what's the word? Prescient.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. There's, I guess. So to answer your question, maybe at least as far as our exposure to it before, a character who's just like not a debunker, but someone who's like just absolutely incorrect, but refuses to say otherwise for their own gain. It does make me wonder what Hercule's end game is with this, because he clearly
Right.
saw the broadcast. Unless he did it, and maybe that's why. But like, he is like, the world's gonna end, friend. Like, what do you think is gonna? Are you just that thick that you think the outcome is that? You saw you know about the Demon King,
Right. Again, like I was kind of anticipating that like his speech would have a little bit more contextualization in yours. Like I was thinking like he was like he might say like, and if I had been a few years younger, I would have beaten, you know, King Piccolo too. Like these guys are all talk, blah blah blah. But yeah, you bring up a great point. It's the end of the world. Like what's he gonna do? What's he gonna get? And yeah, if you watched the live TV broadcast or heard the radio of thousands of military members just being evaporated, like I don't know.
it's like
That's such a good question.
Still, wouldn't you be scared of like regardless of supernatural key powers or not? One person defeated the entire military.
With a shovel and some explosives.
Yeah. And somehow survived 1,000,000 bullets.
Yeah.
Herc, what are you playing at?
Like I'm a normal human being, but I would never assume that I could be, let's say, a Firefly from the Batman universe. He's an explosives expert.
Yeah.
And like probably not a very strong man. But yeah, anybody who can firebomb half of Gotham is not someone I'm gonna say
No.
could beat in an arm wrestling match, so he's a phony.
Maybe that's just like I didn't see him kick or punch. His form's off. So of course I got him beat.
He's got wings. He can't fight.
Little nubby tail. His weird hat's not aerodynamic. It's going to slow him down.
Hercule watches the NBA, like just watches like the NBA prospects. Chet Holmgren, too tall. 7'3", not for me. Got to be low to the ground to dribble.
He's gonna. He's just dumb. I think that's just it. It's just like either the dumbest man in the world or the most arrogant man in the world, or both. A deadly combination, as we've seen in real life.
This is true. And I guess we'll find out a little bit more about that. Or at least we'll get to see Gohan, Krillin, and Dende reunite after this commercial.
Hey everybody, it's me, Ken. I use she and him pronouns, and I'm here to talk about clowns.
The anime/manga, Kengan Ashura.
I am ready to talk about some Animorphs.
Roma, have you ever heard of the art movement of Dadaism?
Interest in a musician group called Exociety?
It's Yu-Gi-Oh!
The brainworm that I would like to deliver to you today is Gundam and or Gunpla.
I became aware of a series of novels that people told me about called Discworld.
Hey Lewis, what are we talking about? Aragon.
Aragon! Welcome to the Hyperfixation, where we invite our friends onto our show to tell us about what they're excited about so we can acquire an approximate knowledge of many things. New episodes out every Wednesday morning and up to 5 days early for patrons. Normalize info dumping and learn something new with us today thanks to the Moonshot Network.
Goku pops into Kame's place, quickly grabs Krillin, and Gohan takes him back to the lookout. It's a very lovely and wonderful reunion. Gohan's like, well, now we can play every day. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
No, that's a lie. Go on. You leave him up there so long. But it's immediately to business. Everyone is like, we need new Dragon Balls. Dende, can you do this? He says, yeah, I just need 100 days to make new Dragon Balls. And you see everyone's face like, I don't know about this. Murmur.
Piccolo's pretty discerning at this point in the conversation. He's like, oh, this is going to work.
Maybe I need to learn how to make. And then like, almost as if he's a freelancer bidding on a job. Then he's like, oh, well, actually, if you give me a model of the Dragon Ball, and if the balls are already there, then I can do it right now. Please hire me.
I won't charge you overtime.
Yeah. Look, we can do it as a project rate. No need to count hours.
Oh.
How about a discount on any on the next assignment as well?
Just book me for 3 months.
I just
I'll work across as many projects as you need after this one.
Oh, Dende, come on.
Dende.
But that's what he says he can do. And then it gets into the wish negotiation, the hardest part of any contract.
I wrote down, I forgot how hard Dragon Wish math is. Like the way that Piccolo presses Dende on, like, because they set up like, hey, we need the dragon to be strong enough to wish everybody back to life that Cell has killed. And Krillin's like, well, will they still be able to grant 3 wishes? And then Dende's like, well, if you want it to do this, then it'll be able to grant 2 wishes. And then Piccolo's like, nice.
That's more than 1. It sounds good.
That'll do.
Dende is like so stressed out when they're asking him all these questions. I hate it for him.
He just got there. And how old is Dende? Do we know how old Dende is?
I don't know.
Like at Gohan's age, maybe? Is it just safe to round around there?
Relatively speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Grogu rules where like Dende's actually a hundo.
I mean, the Namekians are very, very long lived, so it's possible.
Yeah, the papers are signed. Mr. Popo brings out the model of the dragon that he keeps telling everyone like, I made this myself. I made this dragon.
I loved it.
Just so everyone knows, I had a hand on this project.
These hands.
When it's time for yearly reviews, I just want to make note of that. I was a key figure in this.
When this goes on to the company sizzle reel, I'm hoping just for a thank you, Popo.
Just put my picture in the slideshow before the town hall.
But I love this because, you know, they really are, I think, making these filler episodes move. All of them aren't that stagnant.
Do you think this is filler?
I mean, not like filler. This is all more setup, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
These series of episodes are a lengthy setup process for the Cell games.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it feels like these are important things happening.
Yeah, these are very important things that are happening. And I was getting to that because I love how well this sequence is animated in particular. As Dende chants in Namekian, waves his hands over the model, light swirls and builds, and eventually, just like when you summon the dragon, the light arcs into the sky. All 7 go out, and we get to see them hurtle back to Earth and awaken the Dragon Balls all over the place. And then we see Piccolo, arms crossed, little smirk, and his internal monologue, a familiar voice. It's Nail. We hear like a layered Piccolo and Nail internal monologue like just being proud of Dende.
This
Nail being like, Dende, I knew you'd be something special. I'm so proud of you. It's so good. Warmed my heart.
This makes so much sense because in mine, I don't know if they did. I don't think they did the doubling over because I'm just like thinking, well, Piccolo, why are you thinking this and not saying this? That's kind of rude. You can only, like my dad, you can only praise internally. But I have to assume that's what happened in mine as well, and I just missed it. Or like I'm hoping that's what it was because that's wonderful.
Yeah, it was very touching to hear Nail's voice again.
To rewind just a second, when Dende sees the model that Popo has made, Dende's like, "Oh, what an interesting shape." I.e., this weak ass dragon.
Where's all his muscles?
Where's his delts, bro? Look at those arms.
Does
T-Rex
dragon even lift?
Yeah, he's used to like. He's like, oh, this is a dragon to you guys? That's fucking weird. Krillin, go on. You want to back me up on this?
I don't know, Dende. This is always the dragon we had. Long, skinny.
You guys don't want a, I don't know, a beefier one? We could, there's time. We could take 10 minutes. See what Popo can do.
Popo. I don't know, Dende. I worked really hard on this, and this was Kame approved. I would hate to go back to the drawing board and have to charge Mr. Piccolo more for another round of design work.
I just, it just feels like that, this is, if we're getting a new Kame, i.e. me, it's we're going to shake things up and show that, like, there has been a full transfer of power. I just, look, if everyone's on board with this shape, I'll go along with it. I just want everyone to know that I'm like, I think we could do better, and maybe in the future, spend a little bit more time on the dragon design.
Dende, as the person who's worked here the longest, I'll say this. We could revisit the dragon design at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, that's fine. Just to ask, just to put like one beefy arm on it, how much would that cost?
Trunks here. We haven't really adjusted the pricing tool for additional scope on the dragon, and we'd have to run all this by Capsule Corp, and that could take a while. It's a holiday weekend, it's back to school season.
I heard Bulma's on PTO.
She's actually on maternity leave, and we respect that at Capsule Corp.
Look, I'm just, we just, on Namek, we do things a little differently. People are, a little more invested in their work is again, all I'll say, but, I don't want to make too big of a culture shift yet.
Piccolo's still arms folded, just nodding. He's like, I love this. My little Dende's negotiating like a champ.
Yeah, look at him. He's synergizing. He's holistic as hell.
This is high-level concept day. I love
it. So Goku immediately is like, all right, I'm off to get the balls. See ya. But two things. He tells Gohan that, hey, you can spend the rest of the time playing with Dende. You don't have to worry about training. It's all good. Then Trunks stops Goku before he leaves, and Trunks is like, Goku, with your demeanor and how relaxed you are, you've got to find some weakness for Cell, right?
No. See ya. And this leaves Trunks like really wide-eyed in a way that we haven't seen him animated in a while. So
what's that?
That's like a nice little beat.
It's like, should I have given him those pills? Kind of regretting it.
Yeah. I wrote in my notes that I'm very glad Vegeta was in the time chamber for all of this, because could you imagine Vegeta, the project manager on this? Oh, great. Another designer. Now, if you want to make it buff like me. How strong can the dragon make me, Dende? I want a personalized wish.
Look, we've already signed the contracts for the amount of wishes and the amount of power for there.
We'll just ask Bulma for a change order. It's no big deal. You'll do the work on spec, won't you, Dende?
Look, you're towering over me. You're sort of pushing me down into the ground.
I'm just trying to get to the lunch buffet. It's sweet green today.
I know that with the past leadership, you've had a lot more leeway because of your personal relationships. But I want a fair playing ground for this new Kame.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does it appear that we have a squeaky wheel?
Look, all feedback is confidential. But look, Trunks is just like darting his eyes.
Trunks is darting his eyes. Popo's about ready to go back to the workroom.
Krillin's just eating popcorn. I'm bored. I'm done with all my work today.
I'm a strategist.
Yeah. I just had to So Goku, speaking of Bulma, he goes to Bulma, grabs a dragon radar. That's kind of it.
That's it.
And then he spends so much, and then he goes to the desert looking for balls. I think there's one thing back at the look at where, again, everyone's like, Gohan, please tell us what your father's doing. Why is he an insane person? And his only response is that, oh yeah, my dad just keeps telling me to look forward to it.
And yeah, Trunks is trying to rationalize it, and Piccolo's response to Trunks is maybe he's in denial. And that's kind of how that scene ends. But yeah, we gotta get back to the desert because apparently Goku forgot that things could be buried in sand.
He is sunburnt. He has clearly been there for a while. The sun's setting. And then some random guy in a truck, perhaps a park ranger. It's like, hey, there's sandstorms coming. You got to get out of here. And that is when Goku realizes, oh, ding! It's buried. And
it's buried. It's been half the day. I was so exhausted by that from Goku. And then to uncover it, instead of digging with his hands, he yells, flexes his ki, creates a sandstorm. There's a little comedic beat with the park ranger. I'm glad this is a bad one. And his hat flies off. Goku grabs the Dragon Ball. And then we get the narrator. As the Cell games draw near, we see each potential combatant preparing in their own way. Some are training, others are talking. And so we get a montage of Vegeta in the time chamber by himself, Gohan and everybody chatting, and Goku doing his thing.
Yeah, Goku is trying to get a Dragon Ball underneath a herd of elephants. And at one point, he's just like, I just got to go for it, and covers his eyes. and of course, his hand gets stepped on by an elephant.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, this last bit.
Yeah,
I hope it's okay.
Go for it.
It's nighttime. Another day is set. We're 8 days away now, I think. 7.
7? Yeah, I think 7.
And it's just Cell standing there. And he's thinking what we're all thinking. This is boring. Maybe 10 days was too long.
Yep. It's so funny. Toriyama, R.I.P., you were the best. It's so funny to have your main villain just be like, I made a mistake.
Fuck, I fucked up. I'm ready to fight. Killing that army wasn't as satisfying as I'd thought it'd be.
It's like eating popcorn.
I should have got a large army.
More that cheese salt.
Cheese salt, Gromit. But that's it. That's this episode.
Yeah, that's it. That's the episode. Another great one. Another
Wild
good one
and
with you, my
wonderful.
good buddy.
Mm-hmm. I'm so excited for Hercule. We need more of him being a big dummy.
Should Aaron and Vince cut their facial hair in the shape of Hercules?
Maybe. I mean, my hair's long enough if I really let it curl.
Yeah, man. I mean, for facial hair purposes, we're already there. So
yeah,
if you let that hair curl up,
maybe
Hercule.
Keep it up.
Look, if we get enough tweets, Aaron will go as Hercule Satan for Halloween.
Actually, maybe it could be. I'd have to get fake sideburns. That's the only thing.
Okay,
I can't really grow
perfect.
them. Yeah, I'm no Cell.
Yeah. Oh, and that means I'll have to be Cell.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait to get that helmet and never fit through a doorway.
Only, are you the real Cell or the Cell from that weird stage play they did?
Oh man, maybe a combination of both.
Maybe. Oh, if I dress as Hercule, then I got to show off that chest. That's a low V.
It's a deep V, and we could get you some hair, or we could let it grow out.
Oh, look, half tie. I need it.
I've always wanted to buy a friend a hair piece for their chest. Just like I've always wanted to thank you, the listener, for going on this adventure with us and watching another episode of Dragon Ball and enjoying another episode of the podcast. Thank you so much to the patrons that help keep the light on for this show. We really appreciate your contributions and your passion for our project. We are part of the Moonshot Network, so you should support them if you support us. Going over to moonshotpods.com. And if you like this show, you'll love all the other nerdy, fun, interesting, exciting, and comedic programming over there. We stream, got a lot of streams coming up, a lot of games coming out, including, I'm going to start pushing this. We're going to have a Sparking Zero week when Dragon Ball Sparking Zero comes out.
A week?
And you can find, a whole week of streaming. And you can find that over at twitch.tv/Kame House Party. You can follow Moonshot over there at twitch.tv/Moonshot Network. I think we've posted about it. If you follow us on social media, we have a good friend, Brandon Zellman, promoting a wonderful project, Balls the Musical, a Monster-Catchin musical. You should check out their Kickstarter and see what that project is. Do not be afraid to fund the arts, because it's going to be a good one. You're going to really like what they produce. Brandon is incredibly funny, and the team that they have working on this is doing a great job. So, Balls the Musical, a Monster-Catchin musical. It's legally distinct from Pokemon, y'all. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, legalize.
And anything else we need to plug? Thinking Too Hard About Anime, Aaron and Noah's other podcast. The two smoothest voices on the internet talking all about Evangelion. At least right now. It's not the only thing they'll do.
No, I think that'll do.
That'll do. And okay, let's see.
It's fine. Take your time.
Okay.
Remember the entirety of the episode?
Whether you're a newly formed Satanist or you're Dende the negotiationist.
Ooh.
You gotta keep fighting.
Okay, one last request, Mr. Poe. Just a set of big naturals. That's all. Just come on.
Yummy house party.